Not all prebiotics are created equal. In this video, I'm going to go over the top 3 things to look for in your prebiotic. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Leslie Urbas. I'm a registered dietitian, a personal trainer, and a nervous system expert. And this is really important to hear that not all prebiotics are created equal. And honestly, some of them are just really expensive with really good marketing. And so it's really important to focus on what is important. As with all supplements, it really depends on what you want. Do you want better digestion? Do you want less bloating? Do you want a better mood, less food noise, better health, or a healthier gut microbiome? There actually are really important things that you should know before buying one, and you should really deep dive into what's right for you. If you haven't already muscle tested to see if yours is doing what's right for you, I will link below a video to muscle testing so you can muscle test to see if a prebiotic is right for you, if the one is taking is right for you, and etc. This is important to know because with the information I'm presenting, it still matters on your body. I personally have been really deep diving into this after struggling with gut pain, bloating myself, and really wanting it to help with emotional support. So today I want to walk you through the 3 biggest things I personally look for in a good prebiotic and why they matter for your gut, your brain, your hormones, and honestly, your entire nervous system. So like I said, am a registered dietitian and a personal trainer and a nervous system expert who really helps high functioning midlife women reconnect their bodies to themselves so they can feel like themselves again without fixing or forcing. And lately, I've been talking a lot about the gut brain connection, and somebody asked me about this information. So there's a lot around the microbiome and it's always changing because we're learning. So at this date and time, here is what we understand that your gut affects everything: your cravings, your mood, your inflammation, your anxiety, your sleep, your immune system, how emotionally reactive or emotionally steady we feel. And that's really crazy to even think that it comes from the gut, right? But what's really interesting is that a lot of people are now trying pro and prebiotics right now, but we don't know what's really effective versus another. So let's go into this a little bit, okay? The number one thing is that it actually has to reach the intestines. If we take a pre or a probiotic that actually only reaches the stomach, it doesn't get to where we need it to go, okay? The prebiotic is supposed to feed the beneficial, healthy bacteria living in our colon and intestines. But the problem is that the ingredients can sometimes be broken down too early in digestion and don't survive our stomach acid. So it never gets to where we want it to get to, right? And so what matters is that this is because prebiotics are technically classified as non-digestible fibers. Okay. Now, what this means is that they're supposed to resist the digestion in the upper GI tract and then get fermented by the bacteria further down in the intestines. However, that's not always what winds up happening. Okay. So we need to look for things that tell us that this product is going to be digested in our gut and not our intestines. So I don't personally just look for a product that says gut support. I want to know, does this ingredient actually make it to where it needs to go? Okay. Now, there's research behind this. The International Scientific Association for Pro and Prebiotics and the National Health Institute reviews pre and prebiotics and gut health. So it's important when choosing your product that you're going to actually make sure that it makes it to the intestines to survive. If not, it's not going to do what you think it's going to do. Okay. Number 2 is that there's actual research behind it. This matters so much to me. As you saw, I quoted some research studies before this because we don't want to just assume it does what it does. All right. So right now we're so full of trends. We're so full of all these things, right? So what's important is that we look into it. Different prebiotics feed different bacteria. Different bacteria create different outcomes. Some are more regularly associated with bowels. Some are supported with mood. Some with immune. Some with metabolic health. And here's the thing that gets really fun and like I geek out on things like this is that we're now researching around the gut-brain axis, showing that certain prebiotics may even support that emotional regulation, like we said, which is why I really like it. So part of the reason why I started taking it was because I wanted to support that mental health and clarity. Okay. Now, we also see that certain prebiotics may help us influence our serotonin pathways, our GABA activity, inflammation, stress resilience, and communication between the gut and brain, AKA our two brains. And this is why it's super important, which is why when people say my gut is off, my anxiety's worse, when my digestion improves, my brain might feel calmer, because they're two things that are working together. So I look for products with ingredients in them that have human studies behind them, that are not just gut happy or feel amazing or random marketing claims. I want to know what ingredients are in this, what dose was studied, what outcomes were seen. Okay. And the important thing here is that there's a lot backing this, right? So we've got the National Health Institute again. There's a psychiatry study on this of how prebiotics can help this. Okay. And number three, the dosing and formulation actually matter. I read in the book The Source that she recommends that you get 50 billion CFUs. Okay. Now, many people will say that it can be 20 billion or more. Okay. But what people don't realize is that with probiotics, everyone needs to pay attention to the CFUs. Generally speaking, some research on probiotics tend to fall somewhere within the range of 1 to 10 billion CFUs, okay? But bigger doesn't automatically mean better. The actual strain matters instead of just slapping a giant number on there, right? And we want to make sure that it's live bacteria when it reaches the gut, okay? Because we need the prebiotics for fuel for the bacteria in there. We need it to be live. We need it to cultivate. So we need to make sure that it reaches the gut and cultivates with the bacteria to support that gut health, okay? In other words, the thought process is if you're thinking about how much CFU, I would recommend at least 20 billion and up, just in what I have seen, okay? But depending on where you really want to be matters. So you can use that muscle testing video again and be like, okay, do I need 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion, whatever, okay? I typically would start no less than 20 and go from there, okay? And I would also then further question, like, what else is going on? Is it just gut? Is it food? Is it anxiety? Is it sleep? Because there's so a lot more things that could be playing here. And a supplement will only do a little bit of the puzzle. All things need to interact. So that's why I also teach emotional regulation. You'll see my link below for a course that really helps on emotional regulation and how to just bring that all back online, okay? So keys here are, number one, we want to make sure that we are paying attention to it reaching the intestines. Number two, we want to make sure that there's some sort of research behind it that involves people. And number three, we want to make sure what we're paying attention to in CFUs and if it coordinates with our body, okay? Because there's so much research here and because it's kind of new and what we're learning, sometimes it's like, you do it right and then all of a sudden it flips and it changes. And that's okay. When you're asking your body consistently using muscle testing, you're going to get better answers for yourself. So I would encourage you to grab that muscle testing video below. I would also encourage you to check out the emotional regulation, reconnection to your body, so you know that you're listening to your body and getting on track. And then, of course, my favorite prebiotic is linked in the comments as well, the one that I'm personally taking right now at this moment, okay? Now, if you're looking into prebiotics, please don't buy the first trendy product that you see. I want you to ask these questions to yourself and I want you to muscle test because it's super important what it is for you and making sure that it's right for your body, not just right because it was right for somebody that got these amazing results. Yes, I have seen amazing results myself. Yes, I feel so much better in my gut. Yes, I have so much less bloating, pain, discomfort. My emotions have been pretty much better and things like that. And that's why I like this product because I believe in it. So the link below to all those things, you will see the muscle testing video. You will see the link to the nervous system regulation course, which is Reconnect to Your Body. And then you will also see the link to the prebiotic I use. But please comment below with any questions or comments that you may have. And let's further the conversation from there. All right, bye for now.